Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Supposedly Wonderful Future. And it looks like we are coming near the end of the game, guys. We've got one more task to go. But unfortunately, it won't be with Jackie. It'll be with the CEO of Life Plus, who we have not met yet. So that should be fairly interesting. We haven't gone to bed yet. We went up here to this area, and now we find Jackie just staring out the window, which is new. Let's go ahead and have a chat and see what's up. Oh, hello again. Something on your mind? No, not really. Just having a break. I can afford to, since the project is almost over. Staring out of the window and letting my mind wander. It's relaxing. Anyway, do you have any questions? Actually, no. I think I've heard everything I need. I see. Well, I hope my explanations were at least of some value. Shall we stare at the night city together, then? When your work involves talking as much as I do, silence feels all the more precious. I've got a bad feeling about this. Good idea. All the more precious. Achievement unlocked. Okay. She didn't seem to want to talk. Elevator go down the hole. Elevator stop. Well, I guess there's nothing really to do other than go to bed. See what the final problem is. Is it time to sleep yet? Yeah, might as well. Sea beams glitter in the dark. Chapter 5, Black Hole. Foreboding? Good morning, Michael. And to you, Jackie. Shame it'll be my last one here. I feel the same way. Are you excited to meet the big boss? I guess so. It should be educating to meet a businessman of such caliber. I think you can count on that. Are we meeting somewhere around here? Sure, on this very floor. You see the passage to my left? What you need to do is walk through it and just continue down the corridor until you see an imposing-looking door. There'll be a nameplate attached nearby, stating that's the office of the CEO, such and such. Pretty hard to miss. Aren't you going with me? No. The boss left specific instructions to make you approach him alone. I'm pretty much on holiday today. The first one in many months of crunch, actually. Yeah, that'll be a forgotten feeling. Will we meet again? In general? I think it's entirely up to you. But not during this project, no. My work here, wordy and protracted as it was, is done now. So it's kind of a goodbye time, eh? Yep. It's that part of the story where we say how mere 4 days of one adventure have changed our lives forever and then tearfully fall into each other's embraces. And here I was, ready to confess my feelings in a dignified, trope-respecting way. Yeah, and I just went and made a horrible joke. Totally ruined the moment. But you know what? I usually don't tell my worst jokes to people unless I feel really comfortable around them. And that joke was damn awful, so that's something, right? Yeah, that's something. Good thing the cells renewal is around too. It could have been much worse if it wasn't. You could have been stuck with a 61-year-old grandma as your guide. Now you're just messing around. Still, just imagine. One toothless Jackie sitting in a rickety chair, cursing her decrepit, aching bones and screaming at kids to get off the grass or something. the lawn. If you're looking for an old American idiom, it's, "Get off my lawn!" See? I'm completely uneducated on what it means to be an old person. I should have been an old person myself by now, only it didn't happen. And it feels weird. Even years down the road, it feels so very weird. I hope I played my part as well as I could. I hope you can see this future like I try to see it myself. It's not perfect by any means, but it's not bad either. It's neither fair nor unfair, neither fixed nor broken, neither random nor predetermined, and neither crazy nor sane. It's all of these things at the same time. That's a good way to look at the world. I appreciate you saying that. Honestly, I don't want to shove my views down anyone's throat. That'd be a horrible thing to do. I just think it's the truth, and I believe it with all my heart. And who knows, maybe even that will change. Maybe one day our world will become an honest, trouble-free paradise, or turn into a living post-apocalyptic hell, or succumb to any other simple, convenient narrative. But until then, this is the real thing. The best thing we've managed to build. It's our beautiful, complicated mess. And Michael, thank you. Thank you for everything you've done. I wish you all the luck in this world of 2048, or that world of 2018, or any other world you might find yourself in. Be well. You too, Jackie. You too. We're going to miss Jackie if we don't see her again. The executive area's corridors greet you with dead silence. You respond with the sound of your footsteps. As the door mentioned by Jackie comes into view, you see that it was left wide open, revealing a part of a spacious office behind it. The nameplate is here too, hanging unassumingly to the left as promised, but saying, Michael D. Morton, CEO, for some reason. Oh, crap. That's us. Before you can properly process this bit of information, however, you notice an old man hunched over a desk inside. The man sees you as well and beckons you in with a weary smile. He looks not like one might imagine as super powerful corporation's boss. Hello, my friend. It's so good to finally have you here. What's going on here? Who are you? Didn't Jackie tell you about me? I'm the CEO of Life Plus, the man who brought you to the future. That's not what I meant. Why do you have my name written at the entrance? Oh, that's my name written there. We just happen to have the same name. We also happen to be the same person. What? Unless you think it's just a coincidence, but you're too observational for that, aren't you? Look closely at my face. Listen to my voice. So familiar it's unsettling. But how? You're from the past, remember? A younger 29-year-old version of me. I ordered to bring you here. They say I employ the best scientist in the world, but even I didn't expect them to figure out freaking time traveling. Well, once they did, I decided to use the first field test for something special. That's not what I was told. Of course it wasn't. I had to lure you in. Invent something spicy, something with an adventure flavor, like you love. Solving mysterious problems, for example. But joining you in a perfect future? Preventing my own death? Being the most suitable candidate? That's all lies? Convenient, isn't it? I am you. I know exactly what kind of lies you need, what kind of questions you ask before getting on board. You didn't stand a chance. Your agreement was certain the moment Jackie crossed your doorstep. But we talked so much about it. She gave me all kinds of details. She had an answer for every question. Please, you think it's so hard to spin the story as you go along? That what she does for life, convincing others of stuff, regardless of whether it's true or not? Hell, that's what she does to herself. Why did you bring me here then? To kill me. Excuse me? I need you to take this gun and shoot me. I decided to quit. In a specific way. What? Why would I do such a thing? Why would you want such a thing? Because there is nothing left for me. Because I owe the universe that much. Because we are still the same person. And I'm sure you'll understand. You must too. Eva, you're saying you wish to commit a suicide. But why? Oh, why is a satisfying question, isn't it? It promises you reason, even if there was none to begin with. I began asking it my entire life. Why can't I just... Ugh. Are you okay? You know what? This is kind of hard. I've been rehearsing, but now I suddenly don't feel like talking. You sure you don't want to just grab the gun, shoot me, and get it over with? What do you think? No, of course not. Oh, very well. Do you ever feel like the universe is mocking you? What kind of question is that? I feel like it's mocking me all the time. All the good things that happen to me, all the wonders that surround me. It knows I'll never be able to appreciate them, but keeps giving anyway and laughs. See how great your life is? Let me tell you a story. I hope Jackie told you enough interesting stories because this one is really fucking boring. It's about a man who used to ask a lot of questions. Why this, and what if that, and how does it work, and what do you mean, and so on. Or maybe he wasn't asking them aloud, but he was always considering it. You know the reason? Trying to understand? Precisely. He wanted things around him to make sense. But you know what he discovered later on? They don't. Even after you ask hundreds of questions, the world makes no freaking sense at all. And it felt so fruitless. I mean, this desire to understand, it comes from somewhere. Some fire inside you ignites it. But if everything amounts to nothing, there's no point in keep it burning. So the man let the fire die out and went on to live with the ashes. I'm sure the fire was still reappearing from time to time. Maybe. But he never really felt it. Instead, he was terrified. Terrified that it'll go away again. Terrified that he no longer deserved it. Terrified to the point he'd rather go back to emptiness. He spent a few years meandering between the two flavors of misery. But in the end, the stable one won. But this man is leading the biggest corporation in the world. Surely he has all that a person can wish for. You're right. He has more respect and money than almost anyone on the planet. Smiling people thank him. Kids with shiny eyes want to be like him. The brightest minds say what an honor it is to work for him. They say the world is getting better. They say it doesn't have to end. And it only makes the matter worse. But these are good things. Compared to what? Bad things? Those don't happen to me. There are no bad things, and therefore there are no good things. So that's your reason. Depression? Yes. You think it's not good enough? Nothing can be good enough to kill yourself. There's therapy, medications. No, there is not. Not really. You see, while that man was sitting there, looking at the colorless reality, he finally realized something. It's not just his problem. It's not individuals who are getting more depressed, it's the world. And you can't put the whole world on medications. We are so obsessed with our war against suffering. It's virtually the only way forward society knows. If something is causing pain or discomfort, it needs to be eradicated. But what do you think happens when all the cause for real sadness is removed? You end up with the unreal one, the more dangerous one, the one where you have nothing to blame but yourself. And the better our lives become, the harder it gets to reconcile them with our horrible feelings. There's a dark place deep inside of me. A black hole sucking everything in. No scientific breakthrough in the universe can help me escape its singularity. Physicists got it all wrong, kid. They never noticed the most horrible and twisted natural phenomena. Black holes eat our feeble attempts to be happy for breakfast and ask for more. Never satisfied until we're dead. And now when we can live forever, they won't be satisfied at all. I chose to die like this because I want to stop the mockery. And you will help me. You have to. What does time traveling have to do with this? Time traveling is yet another way to mock humanity. It'll trick us into thinking that life can be free from mistakes, that we can solve problems by simply reloading like in a video game. I want to make a statement on how ridiculous this belief is. I want to take this brand new toy the universe has given us and shove it back in its ugly, laughing face. And who's going to hear your statement? Somebody will. But it doesn't really matter to me. Those who stop caring about themselves cannot care about others. I'm after the fact of the statement itself. But simply reloading, and no butterfly effect, no paradoxes? Do you really think that's possible? I'm afraid it is. Ultimately, it's just a matter of tackling complexity, running simulations, carefully calculating all probabilities. The sheer computational power in our possession can take this notoriously unpredictable thing and make it boringly, lifelessly safe. Okay, enough about this. But why? What about problem solving? Why all the running around if you simply need me to pull the trigger? Oh, that didn't really matter. I just wanted to set up the mood. What do you mean that didn't matter? I mean, I simply asked Jackie to get you occupied with some stuff and make it emotionally challenging. The rest was up to her. So you don't care what I've been doing all these days? Not in the slightest. Do you think that anybody else do, besides you and Jackie? But I've been running around like a madman dealing with one crazy thing after another. You can't say none of this mattered. Oh, but that's my entire point, Michael. You see, you started to do something. A bit of this, a bit of that. Kind of unrelated, but maybe connected after all. You got engaged, attached, poured your soul into it. Now you want closure. You want the finale to explain how everything ties together, how it all makes sense in the end, forming a well-planned and insightful story, a well-spent and meaningful time. But real life doesn't work this way. The universe knows better than that. In the end, it just goes on like nothing's happened, and you're back at square one. You're wrong. My actions have affected the world. Everything we do affects the world, whether we want it to or not. It doesn't matter. What you say doesn't matter. People just respond with the same thing. What you do doesn't matter. The world just laughs. The best thing you can hope for is to laugh back. Okay. If nothing matters, then why bother with your elaborate suicide plan? I already told you. When the world laughs at you, the only thing left is to laugh back. I want my last laugh to be heard well, to reverberate through time. Yeah, you're a nihilist, Tyler Durden wannabe. You call it what you want. If you put a label on a thing, that doesn't make it any less right or wrong. Could you just tell me this and save us all the trouble? No. To break an illusion of importance, there needs to be an illusion of importance first. But make no mistake, I created it for one and one purpose only. To shatter it before your eyes. Turned into a supervillain, kind of. And what about Jackie? Did you want to make her feel insignificant as well? Not really. But she's my employee. It's only natural that I keep her occupied. I think Jackie already proved you wrong. She took this opportunity and packed so much meaning and goodness into these days that you cannot imagine. It's good that you're impressed by her. Stubborn idealism is a convenient power when dealing with surrounding nonsense. But don't mistake that power for a game changer. In the end, she's under the same illusions as you are, thinking she makes the world better, oblivious to how inconsequential her efforts are. Humanity gets the world it deserves, according to its nature. And you can't change the nature of humanity. Good grief, okay. So, what if I refuse to kill you? Then I'll take the gun and shoot you instead. What happens after is anyone's guess. You mean you don't know? I thought your brilliant scientists have already figured out how time traveling works. Not this particular example. They're busy estimating other, less dramatic and more likely scenarios. I never asked them to calculate it for me. Didn't want to ruin the surprise. I think you might not be able to do it. You know, grandfather paradox and stuff. Oh, you can certainly think that way. Maybe the universe itself will step in and prevent me from killing you. Or maybe I'll kill you and then disappear instantly, because I'll stop existing in the first place. Or maybe I'll kill you and nothing else will happen. In that case, I'll have to finish off myself the old-fashioned way, which is a shame. It'll also mean wasting twice more bullets, but still, I'm willing to try and find out. The question is, are you? So that's it. Either I shoot you, or you shoot me. That's it. There's no other choice. And these two options are different. How? Enormously. I don't want to just commit an elaborate suicide. I want you to understand and voluntarily pull that trigger. It should be your conscious decision. I'm in no position to make a real statement, but you can prove this act of denial worthwhile. And what if I won't let you take that gun? What if I take it first but don't shoot? Oh, please. And then what? Make an exciting escape from the headquarters of an evil corporation? You're no action hero. Also, good luck getting past our security system. We have the same fingerprints, and I specifically restricted my access to almost every floor. What if I break the gun? I have another one, but please, keep asking those questions. They're entertaining. Man. Okay. I still think you're overestimating the difference. Either way, it's just two instances of one crazy man shooting each other in the face. You're missing the point. Our actions are important, but the meaning we try to put into them is even more so. If there are forces in this world that can recognize this, they will hear. If not, then I'm just talking to myself, which would be a fitting end. At the very least, I'll be consistent. It's hard to make a conscious decision when the only other option is to presumably die on the spot. What can I say? The game was rigged from the start. I can just find somebody and tell them about your plan, though. And who's going to believe you? Most don't even know we have a time-traveling project going on. They'll just follow my instructions. And my instructions are to bring you back to this office, where we can try again and again if we need to. So even a chance to live forever is a bad thing for you? The worst thing. Do you realize how much in our culture and existence relies on the fact that we're all going to die? Yeah, I noticed it already caused a lot of friction in society. And it's only the honeymoon period. Imagine what it will be like in 50 years after the consequences sink in. Birth rates will drop dramatically. There's no point to be immortal through your genes when you can be immortal in the flesh. The spiral of progress will falter. There'll be no such thing as fresh talent. Only the same people doing the same jobs the same way they used to. Culture will fade away. Stories told since prehistoric days will lose meaning, as a conflict with death is no more. And there's no story without a conflict. Fewer children to raise, fewer elders to care about, fewer things to empathize with, will be a race of confused and miserable senile fools with young bodies, wondering what it's like to die but never having the guts to do it. You know, you're taking it too far. Humans are not immortal yet, they're still afraid to die. If it's the realistic promise of immortality that matters. For thousands of years, your eventual demise was certain as a fact gets. Fate or chance, it was inevitable. That led to a complex system of beliefs and narratives all based on that premise. But this thing has cracked the very foundation. And soon any death will be seen as a failure. It'll generate misery, not acceptance. There'll be no closure to human life from now on. Maybe there'll be other life-changing breakthroughs to address all that. Don't you have any faith in progress? It won't matter. You have to understand the extent of the problem. If plugging a chip into your brain and reliving 10 amazing lives in one day becomes normal, a black hole will demand for 11. If 20 thrilling simulations are within reach, 19 will just look bland and boring. Any wonderful improvement will merely work up our appetite. Well, why not prevent it? You have so much power at your disposal. Use it for something you believe in. And what do you propose exactly? People have already set their minds on immortality. Voices of caution won't help. No, the allure is too strong, too intoxicating. The path has been denied, and there's nothing we can do about it. If this technology is so horrible, why does Life Plus act as its main provider? Why didn't you stop it from going public? Do you think one man could do it, even with my resources? Even before we were finished, similar researches started to emerge, some of them semi-legal and much more dangerous. Our only feasible option was to hire all those people and promise them we'd make it happen together. I thought confining it to Life Plus would at least give me some control or influence later down the line. But that was back when I still cared about things. Afterwards, I just watched it happen. You just poison everything with your negativity. Maybe, but I'm not the origin of this poison. I can do nothing but spread the disease. Man, I grew up to be a real prick. Alright. Let's see here. You know what? We still got plenty of... I'm going to go ahead and end the episode right here, guys. We still have plenty of conversation here with our future self, and I'm kind of curious where it's going to go. So we will end it here, and I guess we will pick it up next time. Sorry to leave it on a cliffhanger, but yeah. If you guys liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.